So what about your parents, who basically helped you to propel your career to get to that idea that said, you know what, Jace, yeah, go for it, to do this?
They were always supportive, to be honest. My dad particularly, because he had more time, he would practically watch every single cricket game I played as a youngster growing up. Yeah, he took time off from work to come and watch me play at the under 13 level, under 15.
And that never made you nervous?
No, it never made me nervous, to be honest. It felt comforting knowing that my dad was there to support. And then my grandfather, who passed away, he was always one who would come out and support me as well too. So I mean, having them there in my corner, was a bit comforting off the field. So yeah, my dad was there behind me through every moment so far in my cricketing career. And I remember when I got my first 5-wicket haul for Barbados at the regional level, he was there in the stands too, and I remember running down to him. Desmond Haynes, who was the manager at that time,
Name drop.
he fined me $100 because he said I didn't celebrate with my teammates first, and I went straight to my father. So, but yeah, my dad has always been in my cricketing, at the forefront of my cricketing career. Yeah, and obviously supported well by my stepmother, Linda Holden, and my mum, Denise Holden.
We have to talk about the recently concluded series against England, because it's like fresh in both our memories. I mean, I feel like I can remember every ball of that series. It was just amazing to see the turnaround. But before the series started, and I remember seeing some of the, the headlines. We know how the media can be. Before you head into the series, do you pay attention to that at all? Does that, drive you, or you just kind of leave it?
Heading into the series, I didn't personally feel as though I was ready. But, I had to be there mentally ready for the guys. And I remember the game starting, and for me, I just need all the pre-stuff, the pre-series stuff, the pre-match interviews, the press conferences, all that, just to get out the way and just let the coin toss happen. And after the coin toss happens, for me, everything just settles right down, and that's when I really get into my element. And even though we won the toss and we batted first, I just I think I got 2 or 3 balls, and I didn't bat very long. I think I made a duck or a one or something like that in the first innings, and obviously that put a little bit more of a damper on my morale, knowing that coming into the series I didn't feel as though I was quite ready. But funny enough, I just fought through, and that just shows my mental strength. I was able to come into the game probably not being 100% with where I wanted to be, but just fight through it. And yeah, I was really, really pleased in that game to show the mental character that I did. And obviously my teammates played a hell of a lot to that, to just pushing me and driving me and helping me along the situation. That's what a strong team does, It just really comes together when, one man is down. We just try to pick up the slack for one another.
The double century. Has there ever been a more perfect moment in your playing career? Because to do it at home with one of your best friends at the crease with you and Shane Dorich, your mum there basically nearly in tears watching in front of a West Indian crowd at the Kensington Oval, which is your backyard. Has there ever been a more perfect moment?
I still can't believe it happened, to be fair. I never in my wildest dream would have imagined scoring a double century, and not only scoring a double century, but in front of my home crowd. I always felt like I could have gotten a few test hundreds, and batting at number 8, you kind of rule out a double century because it really happens. But yeah, it just shows you the possibilities when you actually dig in and you carry the game deep. And I guess the context of the game really helped the situation too, because we needed to put up a partnership. We needed to get runs on the board to just give ourselves some security in terms of a declaration. So we were able to bat on a little longer. And then I remember we went back into the dressing room, I think at lunch, and we were just contemplating what our plan would be. And many of us felt as though, the team felt as though we should bat on. And I was saying, well, let's declare. And after the coach and I sat down, we discussed it, or we were clear that we wanted to declare before lunch, before tea, actually. And all the guys pulled me one side, and that for me was a defining moment in the series. Every single guy in the dressing room pulled me to one side, and we were saying, look, they don't feel as though we should declare just yet. We should bat on a little longer. You guys push on a little bit more and declare just after tea. For me, you can't just beat that, to be honest. Everybody's pushing with one common theme, one common cause, and it was hard to go against it. So I said to the coach, well, look, the guys feel as though we should bat up to tea. And maybe he was a little tentative or skeptical as to changing the decision, but he said, well, look, you guys are playing the cricket. You guys go there and you guys do it. So I said to the guys, well, look, we'll declare after tea. And yeah, I guess that gave me an opportunity to get a double hundred. And I think at that stage, Shane was probably around in the 90s or in the late 80s when we came off at lunch. So it was obviously get him to his 100 and then we bat on to about half an hour after lunch and then declare. But again, the guys felt different and we changed the plan and I guess it worked out. There was still lots of time left in the game. And I guess too that was the reason why most of the guys felt as though we should bat on a little longer.
Also in attendance that famous day was the cultural ambassador for the island of Barbados and Jason's godfather, the Mighty Gabby. We caught up with him at the place where it all went down, the Kensington Oval.
I mean, it was such greatness, and to hear the roar of that crowd here, it was like, wow, it was deafening because a crisis situation is not you're making a double century and the wicket is very favorable for batting and things like that. This is, the bowlers at their best. They're fresh. They have it on the ropes, and he comes through. So remember, England is number 2 in the world or something like that. West Indies at 8. So all of that is playing on your mind, but not on Jason's mind. He worked out, I got to go out there and fight for us. I got to fight for my team. I got to fight for my people. I got to fight for my country. And my country don't mean Barbados, from Jamaica down, right? That's his country.
What would you like people to know about Jason, just Jason as a person?
Is that he is very friendly. He's affable. He's very approachable. He doesn't have any egotistical things about him, his character, and he loves to meet people. And he wants not just himself, but for West Indies cricket to go right back to the top.